All right, today we're going to show you a Chevalier 16 by 32, 3-axis, automatic surface grinder. This is a model 1632 AD Roman numeral 3. Obviously, here's your magnet. You've got a hydraulic unit on the side, which is running right now. Your table operates hydraulically. Your Z-axis or your saddle has a servo drive, and your vertical or your Y-axis also has a servo drive controlled by it's not a CNC, but it's a menu-driven programmable controller. So right now it's got its own numbers in there that at the beginning of every cycle or we turn it on, it's going to go up to home position and sit there, and the table is going to move to its home position and sit there, and after that's done, then you're able to move this around with the buttons up here. You have your Y-axis. You have to press the 2 bottom buttons to make it move as a safety. Top one you can go by your own. So over here you start your hydraulics. Over here you start the grinding wheel. This machine also has mounted on it a variable speed drive for the grinding wheel. You got your magnetic chuck controller here, your on, your off, your demag, and then your magnetism, your power. It's your emergency stop. Manual pulse generator, that's a program you have to go into. You select the Y or the Z axis, and then you can go up and down with this. You see the numbers changing on the Y-axis. So the X100 would be the fastest, and then you can go to X1, which is very fine, very slow. You actually can grind the part with that. All right, then you leave that, and you have 2 different grinding menus. You have it's all touch screen. You have a slot grinding menu, in which case you would put your part on the chuck. You would drive manually with the control buttons here to where it is you wanted to plunge down, and you set that value in the control here, and you get that value from reading what it says up there. And then it's going to ask you about spark out and retraction, and then your actual grinding program, how much you want to remove from the part, and then how much you want to grind with a coarse feed, and when you want that coarse feed to stop and the fine feed to start. Also the number of spark outs, and at the end of the cycle, how much it wants you to go up. So that would be a plunge grind. So if I wanted to do that right now, everything seems to be ready. You have to have your wheel on, start the automatic cycle. This is going to go up and then come down again. The table is going to locate to wherever it needs to be. And then you have a little indicator flashing here to tell you what part of the program it is. It's in the coarse feed right now. And you can select on this whether you want to feed on both sides of the magnet or only on one side. So that if you had you could control how much material you're taking off or not letting the wheel load up. Some people want to feed only on the one reversal. Some people feed down on both sides. So now when it's over, it goes up and the machine parks. It retains this program. But if you're grinding the same parts over and over again, then you would just have to go down and touch off on your part and measure your part, and just at the actual point where you put in the amount of stock removal, you have to put in the exact amount of stock removal. For the video, I just put in 3/1000s. But in real life, you would put in the exact amount of number from where you touched off on the workpiece to what you need to remove. Let me go back to the main page. And you have the surface grinding menu, which is pretty similar. You're going to drive your table to the front and to the back, and you're going to put down the numbers that you get each time you do that. There's a spot here and a spot there, and then it asks you again, you have a coarse feed for the table movement and also a fine for the saddle. You've got a fine and a coarse feed for the down feed. You've got a retraction amount, and so you put all that information in. At the end of every cycle, the machine shuts off. So right now my hydraulics is shut off, and for safety, you have to shut the table off. So we start that up. The grinding wheel has also shut off. So we start that up. Now I can start the table moving. And when we start the cycle, we're going to have the cross slide making its steps. First it moves to where it needs to be, and then the wheel comes down. Now we're feeding across the part, stepping across the part, feeding down at the front and at the back. There's also a menu where you can mount a diamond on the chuck, which is a regular, a diamond to dress the wheel, and you can just put the points in, and it'll go back and forth and feed down on the diamond and dress the wheel. So this is just going to continue feeding down. I don't know how much I've got in the program at the moment. So it's unbelievably quiet because it actually is brand new. This machine actually has never been used other than demoing it like we are right now. It also has a paper band coolant system that fits nicely right underneath over here. It's right outside the room. We'll take a few pictures of that for you. Grinding wheel. It's all brand new in there, never been used. Comes with the wheel hub, box of tools for it, a wheel puller, leveling pads, coolant system. All right, so that's just going to keep feeding for a while. That's about it. That's the Chevalier 1632 AD Roman numeral 3. Thank you very much.